So I'm gonna do a walkthrough of this Model T right here. And I looked in the service book, and it is a 1919 Model T. At least that's what I think, because that's what it says on the cover. I'm gonna try and start with the front end, go over the engine. Right there's the cover of it. It folds both ways. This has a 4-cylinder engine in it, but unlike most cars today, how they have revolutions per minute, mine out there, the Malibu, has it's times 1,000, while the Model T is only times 400. So that's not a whole lot. This thing doesn't have a whole lot of horsepower to it. It has a crank start, but he has an aftermarket switch or like a push start thing inside, so you don't have to crank it. But right now the crank is the only way to start it for some reason. It has a new radiator. Right there's the horn. I don't really know a whole lot about the car besides like that's the engine, and there's somewhere on here some kind of switch that he used to mess with the carburetor to allow more gas to go to it. I guess that is how they got their, is that how they started? I don't know. But inside he has the same little toggle switch right here. You turn it and it provides more gasoline to the engine or less. I guess that helps it drive smoother or something. I don't know. If you look on the other video, you can tell how the engine sounds differently. Right there, the spark plugs, they actually go inside the firewall instead of everything being up front. And under here is the coil pack. It kind of runs on battery power at first until you get it going. I don't know why that is, but when you crank start it, you hear like a whir, almost like a buzzing sound, I guess you could say. And the battery is actually in the back of the car under the seat. Well, under this floorboard right here. If you thought that's a weird place for a battery to go, gas tank is actually right under here, under the passenger seat. So that means when you got gas, passenger had to get out of the car. That kind of sucked if it was cold. Now it doesn't have a speedometer or nothing though. Like right here, that's just your amperage meter for the battery. I thought that was just odd because you don't really need that nowadays. Doesn't have any kind of meter besides that. But it is, I don't really know what I'm trying to say right now. I got too much to go over. It is a manual, as you probably should all know, but it only has, I think, 3 gears, I guess. It runs on a spider transmission is what he said. That's why the back wheel spins when you crank it. I think it has, he said, reverse, drive, and then another drive. So that'd be the 3 gears. I thought that was kind of odd. But there's the pedals. I've never actually driven a manual car or know nothing about them, so that's for you guys to decide. I just know that's the parking brake. The horn is that little lever right there, right here. It does have an early kind of air conditioner. Right there is this vent that blows through the wall, and it comes through the firewall. With that, this window right here, you can fold up or down, whatever you prefer, and it acts as a shield, or not a shield, but like a wind passage. And all these 6 windows right here roll down. These ones are crank up here, these 4, but the ones in the back, there's a little latch right there, I believe, that you switch and you have to manually roll it down. Yeah, the temperature gauge does have one of those, and it's actually on the little hood ornament thing right here. It's like a regular thermometer. One thing I kind of thought was cool was something they're finally bringing back to cars on the like new Buick LaCrosse, and maybe they've even done it on more, but this one has a spotlight right here, and it turns with the wheel, so you can see what's in front of you when you're turning. My car don't do that, and I'm thinking that's a new feature they're bringing back to cars, but old car like this had it.